Hey Pisces star seeds, it's Sweet Spirit Mystic. All right, let's see what the messages are. Messages for Pisces. Ooh, I like this. We have the Hierophant, so the teacher. Eight of Pentacles, something around the work that you do, because we have Pisces here too. And the Wheel of Fortune, so something that you're meant to do. But I feel like you don't think you're qualified, that you need to learn more, and that is not the case. Sorry if I'm speaking a bit low. Just this time. You may need to go on a pilgrimage or go somewhere a bit far from your norm. Just to fine-tune, get that confidence, because you're ready, but you don't think you are. Okay, here we go. We have the Knight of Cups, following your heart. Sagittarius again, I think this came up in another reading. Sagittarius time, that is coming up. The 20th of November, around then. We have Six of Wands. You're ready, it's time. You've been holding back too much. Because you're worried, it's risky. It takes effort, it takes courage to do something new. To step away from what you've known for so long. You know, that's how people get stuck. It's not that what you're doing is bad, it's just not fulfilling you anymore. Like your heart longs for something more. And it's the time now to make that change, even if it might be sudden. Seven of Pentacles. The Tower. Let me close that. The Tower. So, in the Seven of Pentacles, this says profiting. So something's happening suddenly that's going to show you that you're on the right path. You're not going to feel like you're being blocked. We have Cancer here too. And the Emperor. So Cancer season, that's, was it July? June and July? And then the Emperor, that's Aries season, so March into April. So pay attention to those time frames and people that have those kinds of qualities. Not necessarily their sun sign, but you recognize it. With the Cancer and Emperor energy, it's really diving into empathy, how you feel. I recently heard about a judge that had passed away in Rhode Island, and he was really known for being compassionate and humorous and kind, even though he was doing, it's kind of like a courtroom kind of show. And that, that really indicates that there is an ability to do very difficult things, challenging things, but in a compassionate kind of way. It doesn't have to be a tower. It doesn't have to be hurtful or burdensome. And I feel like that's what you found, is that in a way you're going against the grain. So perhaps that's why you feel like you're not worthy or you're not ready, because everyone does what you do in an abrasive kind of way. But what's needed now is compassion and kindness and humor in a world that's become quite heavy and angry. All right, so we also have the Four of Swords and water. So the Four of Swords talks about needing rest. It also says futility, futile. And with the water energy, that brings me back to Cancer and also Pisces. You know, you find friendships, you find opportunities when you're abroad, when you're other places, because those other places just operate so much differently. They lean in more to the emotion behind what is, or what you do, what they do. It's like you work together in a way. And there's like this friendship, there's this understanding that, you know, you perhaps weren't finding in your, you know, home city, home state, home country even. So it's given you an idea. You know, perhaps you spend more time abroad, perhaps you move abroad, or just work with, you know, foreign places. We have Libra here too, so again, balancing the scales back to, you know, that legal example. In a way, it's almost showing, like, let's say you're an American, and everyone knows about the struggles that are happening in the United States, politically, all kinds of ways. And there's this misconception about what Americans are like. And you go abroad and you share with others that have these ideas or, you know, preconceived notions, and you open their eyes in a way to show, actually, no, not all Americans are like XYZ. It's like you become this positive example. There's that saying, when we change, the world changes. So if we can change the viewpoint of other cultures on Americans, there's a change that happens there energetically, where there's more of an understanding, more of a connection. Rather than a wall, there's a bridge that's created. And you know, this can be from community to community too. It doesn't have to be so big. There's so many stereotypes that can be broken in that way. Anything else? There's your energy, Pisces. Page of Cups. Do what you do. Yeah, it will feel, you know, struggle, change, transition periods are always hard. But you're being guided to do this. With the Six of Swords. Because you don't want to be stuck anymore. You want to live a life that feels really full and expansive to you. So maybe it does mean that you're on the road more. Two of Cups, and with that comes all of these attractions, all of these connections to people that you yeah, you feel connected to, you feel loved by, and you can be yourself. And you bring that energy to wherever you go, and that's what people need right now. So continue what you do, continue learning, but also remember you're ready to teach. You're ready to be the guide for those that need positive interaction, loving interaction. You bring that. All right, Pisces, I love you. We'll see you soon.